Hello again everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars, where we're pushing on to now the finale of the game, and we're going to go to Bannockburn, which is the last port of call for us on this adventure, so let's go for it.
It must be dawn.
Oh, I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you. The old lady reminded me of my grandmother, except, of course, that this old lady was still alive.
Okay, so let's talk to the old
Pardon me?
lady.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman,
Nope.
but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah, we...
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
no.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie-woogie are more your cup of tea.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more than a good boogie.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is, and I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay. It was the door to the baggage car. The door was locked.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got to walk along. We don't have to go in there yet. We're going there in a little bit. But you can have a little bit of it and explore. This pub thing is empty. No one talking here. Again, a lot of stuff I think was missed out on the remastered. I didn't really enjoy it really that much.
It was the door to a sleeping compartment. The door was locked. It was the door to a sleeping compartment. The door was locked. It was the door to a sleeping compartment. Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
Oh shit.
Guido looked like a weasel in a cheap suit. He also looked like the kind of man who wouldn't lose much sleep over murder. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy. Guido was still looking pretty menacing. Guido was still looking pretty menacing.
So you can't actually go past, which is actually rather annoying. What I like about this, if you look outside, you can see, if you stop, you can see the trains actually like moving, like the effect of it, which I think is pretty well done. A lot of games, you sort of look at it, it doesn't really pass, nothing really happens. But we need to go back in here. Oh dear, we can't see anyone.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved. The door was locked. I had a feeling that was where Nico might have been taken. Where else could she be?
Right, save the game.
The man's face was blotched and unshaven. I guess he'd been traveling all night. Red-rimmed eyes stared fish-like above his broken nose. All I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye. It was a strange contrast with his flaming red hair, which stuck out in stiff, greasy tufts. I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him. The windows seemed to have been sprayed with tiny flecks of froth.
Didn't open that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there. Leave it alone, man.
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basher, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Would you like a red nose?
No thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs too, by the looks of you. Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basher here. We are veterans, like. So action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man. An old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
See you later.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me. The window was wide open to the freezing night air.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Fantastic. This was the bit that
It was the arm that fed electricity from the overhead cables to the train. I could almost smell the high-tension current. It was a sliding door on the side of the baggage car.
Right, we're going to go for it. But first, I'm going to save the game. Because this bit could go very right or very wrong. I might fail.
It was the signaling device which alerted the driver to make an emergency stop. The fine for improper use was 50 English pounds. I wondered.
Oh shit!
I'd always wanted to stop.
No!
And now was my chance.
Shit! No, fuck.
You saved our lives, but why?
We're different.
The night.
Don't.
Right. Sorry guys, I need to skip this bit. I want to listen to all of that. I have stupidly skipped it.
You.
The sword cause
Which.
the hit a big gun. Me have to.
Thanks.
What?
What? He's dead.
Right. Restore and do that bit again. Sorry guy, I had to skip that bit. I didn't hear all of it because I was too worried about dying. Let's restore.
signaling device which alerted the driver to make an emergency stop. The fine for improper use was 50 English pounds. I wondered if the authorities would consider this sufficient reason for stopping the train. I'd always wanted to stop a train, and now was my chance.
Now it's right.
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Dimolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
What do I ask about? Do I kind of do only one or the other? I'm going to ask about this.
Maybe not.
Ah, you can't ask about that. You can, however, do that, but...
How did you escape from the bull's head?
Sorry guys, not the mic.
Walk from the cliff of the bull to the village, Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner.
Maybe not.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead. The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way. Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out. Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out. The rear exit was barred and padlocked. The rear exit was barred and padlocked. It was a fire extinguisher. I couldn't think of a single way the extinguisher would be of use in the absence of a fire. It was the signaling device which alerted the driver to make an emergency stop. I'd already used the brake to bring the train to a halt.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobart.
I will, when I'm ready.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
No, that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that.
Not a spec. I hope he was The head of the axe glinted invitingly. I could hack Eklund into tiny pieces and feed him to the wolves. Nico didn't look like somebody who'd just been tied up and threatened by a killer ticket inspector. Nico?
What now?
How you feeling?
How would you feel if you'd been tied up and humiliated?
Don't worry. Eklund isn't going to cause any problems for a little while.
I wasn't talking about Eklund.
Oh, now listen.
I don't want to talk about it. You took advantage of me, George Stobart.
Well, what do you think about...
George! We don't have time for that.
Are you mad at me because of one little kiss?
Little. You have a tongue like an horse.
You're such a sweet talker, Nico.
I never heard that conversation before.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Oh, come on. You think I'd kill a man in cold blood?
Of course not. I just don't trust you not to cut your own stupid foot off. Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Oh, come on. You think I...
Of
Nah. Let's go then.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Doesn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history. A large arch led into the tower. She was as beautiful as ever, but the shadows beneath her eyes marked the strain of the last few days.
Okay, before we actually call this a video and do the final part in a one video, I'm not going to do split it into two. We're near the end now anyway.
There were lots of graves, some as recent as late Victorian. It looked like the locals had carried on using this place as a cemetery long after the destruction of the church. I figured Scotland had had enough trouble with Burke and Hare without me trying my hand at grave robbing. The gate, like a lot of the church grounds, was in pretty good condition. I guess the locals tried to stop it getting too overgrown. No way were we leaving until the mystery was solved.
Okay guys, so I'm going to call that a video.
I figured without me trying my...
You're alright, George. Come on. So, yeah guys, I'm going to call that video now. as we're out of time. And next time we will do it'll be the blah, 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 blah. Next time, please join me in the finale of Let's Play Broken Sword. The original, of course, in its original glory, and how everyone, including myself, would have experienced it back in the day before the remaster version, which, as I said, isn't a bad version. It's not terrible, but it as I say, it takes out a lot of the humour. I was going to do this game just purely on just humour, but I thought, no, you know what, to get everyone to get to experience this game, because a lot of the LPs on YouTube at the moment are just the director's cut. There's not really an original playthrough of this game, which I think is incredible. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the finale of Let's Play Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. Ta-ta for now.